So, you've probably seen the crazy headlines, right? Digital art selling for millions of dollars. But let's get real for a second. Beyond all the hype, what is an NFT? Today, we're going to go under the hood and find out what you actually get when you buy one, right down to the code itself.
It all really boils down to this one simple but surprisingly tricky question. When you buy an NFT, what did you actually pay for? Is it the art, the bragging rights, or is it something else entirely?
And this slide, wow, it gets right to the heart of it. On the left, you've got what most of us think an NFT is. You know, the image, the video, the digital file. But the reality, well, that's over on the right. What you actually own is a piece of code, a permanent record living inside a smart contract on the blockchain.
Okay, so let's start right there. We're going to compare the image to the code and really uncover the real star of the show.
So here it is, the main takeaway. The artwork, the music, that cool collectible, that's kind of just the window dressing. The real heart of the NFT, the part that gives it value and proves you own it, is the code. So how does this code actually do its thing? Well, it's all powered by something called a smart contract. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like a digital vending machine.
A smart contract is basically just a program that lives on the blockchain. It's built to automatically carry out a set of instructions as soon as certain things happen. And here's the kicker. There's no middleman, no bank, no lawyer. The code is literally the law.
This vending machine analogy makes the whole process crystal clear. You send cryptocurrency to the smart contract, that's you putting your money in the machine. In return, the contract just does its job automatically and transfers the NFT right into your digital wallet. It's simple, it's automated, and nobody needs to get involved.
But you know, for all these different vending machines to work across all the different marketplaces and wallets out there, they need a common blueprint. They need to speak the same language, and that's where standards come into play.
I love this analogy. Think of NFT standards as being just like USB ports. The reason you can plug pretty much any device into any computer is because they all follow the same standard. Well, NFT standards do the exact same thing, making sure an NFT made one way can be recognized, displayed, and traded everywhere else. On Ethereum, the two big standards you'll always hear about are ERC 721 and ERC 1155. Now, the original one, ERC 721, is all about total uniqueness, which is perfect for that one-of-a-kind piece of digital art, but it's a bit clunky. The evolution is ERC 1155. This one can handle both unique items and big batches of shared items like, say, 100 copies of the same sword in a video game. This makes it way more efficient for things like gaming or event ticketing.
Okay, so we've got the smart contract acting as the engine, and we've got the standards it follows. But how does all this actually prove that you are the owner? That, my friends, is where the unbreakable ledger comes in.
The absolute heart of every single NFT is something called ownership mapping, and it's incredibly simple but so powerful. Inside the smart contract's code, there's just a public list, a ledger, that directly links a specific token's ID number to a specific owner's wallet address.
And this is what that looks like. It's just a simple line of data. Token number 1 belongs to wallet address 0xABC. Token number 2 belongs to wallet 0xDEF. That's it. That simple line of code, recorded forever on the blockchain, is the absolute, verifiable, and unchangeable proof of ownership. You can't fake it, and you can't argue with it.
So this probably brings up the next logical question in your head, right? If the ownership record is on the blockchain, where is the actual art? Where is that JPEG or video file actually being stored? It's actually a little chain of links. The token on the blockchain doesn't hold the art itself. Instead, what it holds is a web link called a token URI. That URI points to a separate file that has the metadata, the name, the description, and so on, which in turn has one final link to the actual image or video file.
And where that final file is stored is absolutely critical. If it's on a centralized server, think of it like a company's private Google Drive, and that company goes out of business, your NFT could suddenly point to a dead link. Poof, gone. That's why a lot of projects use decentralized networks like IPFS, where the file is stored across thousands of computers, making it virtually permanent and way more reliable.
All right, now that we kind of get the mechanics, let's zoom out. Because this technology, it's about so much more than just pictures of apes. Let's look at the future potential here.
I mean, this technology is evolving so fast. Just imagine having a university degree that's impossible to fake, or a concert ticket that can't be scalped. In gaming, you could take an item you won in one game and actually use it in a totally different one.
Even in finance, NFTs could represent ownership of real-world assets, like a house, or you could use them as collateral for a loan. The possibilities are huge.
If you remember just one thing from all of this, make it this: the smart contract is the real NFT. Everything else, the art, the music, the hype, it's all just presentation.
And that leaves us with a pretty fascinating thought to chew on. If ownership of something can be proven by a single, verifiable line of code, what does that mean for the future of ownership itself? What will we own next?